Correct.
Which was doing all the surveillance on black people. Mostly black people wasn't even doing nothing to bother them.
Right.
Like they were surveilling the fucking Black Panthers and Martin Luther King.
Right.
They wasn't worried about the CIA. They was worried about feeding their own people.
Well, the shit is it was wicked when you really think of it in terms of the reason why that they was the senator or whoever in the beginning of the movie was doing that because segregation had just ended.
Yes.
So now it's like we as a people, we ain't even got our feet up underneath ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all doing other shit and creating these laws, and it's just like, damn. I was looking at Wag the Dog.
Okay.
So it's like if you're a person that's watching old school movies like Scarface, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, you need to be watching Spook Who Sat by the Door.
Definitely.
But not only that, Wag the Dog, you turn me on to that. That's what's going on right now. That's what's going on right the fuck now. And it's really about being effective, like down to movie making.
Yeah.
I can appreciate people that make movies that has not just a message but a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like
artistically, there were parts of the movie that could have been better, but I always as a filmmaker keep in mind the time it was made and the budget they had. They didn't have a budget. This is a black film, man. They was basically scraping money out their pockets to get these movies done. So they didn't have Warner Brothers pictures and Touchstone pictures to do these movies. So you're going to have some continuity issues. You're going to have some camera angles that could have been better. I don't worry about that when it comes to movies from that time because the message is more important than actually what it looked like. You know what I'm saying?
Because they got movies nowadays like they didn't have a special effect.
Correct.
And so it's like they have movies with special effects that's not good as that movie.
That's true.
And when you
Fast and Furious is one of them.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I mean, it was just horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I was talking to my homie. I was saying I like how Rob Zombie shoots some of his movies. Like, he doesn't show. Like when he did Halloween, he did a scene where the camera was on the floor and the lady was on the floor, so the camera's on the floor facing her like that.
With her parallel on the floor.
Boom. So now you got Michael Myers with the knife like this, and the camera's shooting up like that, and you see the knife come down, then it shows back to her on the floor, and then it just show her face shape. So you seeing the impact of it, but you're never seeing the knife go into it.
Right.
And so my homie was like, yeah, back in the day, they had to shoot like that because they couldn't show gore.
No, not at all.
And so that made me think about like Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock.
Like, Psycho, that was a spooky ass movie right there, but you never seen the knife go in. You know what I'm saying?
No.
For the famous shower scene, shit horrified me, man. You know what I mean?
Because as an independent filmmaker, you just got to figure out ways to get shit done without disrupting the infrastructure of filmmaking to where you won't be able to make it in the theaters and stuff like that, especially back then.
Right.
Especially back then. So I appreciate when I watch these movies from the 70s, the blaxploitation films, I appreciate them in a different light than films of now because I know what they had to go through.
Right.
Just to get the shit done. And then you get hated on when it's done. Nobody want to show it in the theater, or they fucking talk bad about it. So nobody want to go see it. Like, it's instant hate because you made a black film.
Right. You know,
so just getting this film done was a huge accomplishment. That's what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
It was a huge accomplishment.
And then it's in to get it green lighted for the time that it did get green.
Yes.
For it. You know what I'm saying?
For that time. The CIA, one of the guys from the CIA is interviewing the homie Queen about Freeman. And she basically telling him he a solid dude, top to bottom. But what's interesting, and maybe we can touch on this, they kept asking, was he a homosexual? Like, what the fuck difference would that make? You understand what I'm saying? Like, he asked her like 3 times. He sleeps with women? Yeah, he sleeps with women. He good in bed? Yeah, he good. The woman tell him he a solid dude. He a heterosexual man. But his last question was like, but is he a homosexual? It was like, that was such a big thing back then.
Yeah, because
even though that shouldn't make you a worse agent, like what would that have to do with you being a CIA agent?
Yeah, because that was going into the AIDS era.
True.
You know what I mean? Like that was going towards that whole little thing. Like, man, just with the 70s, I was tripping off of, like, even down to the music. Like how we talk about Herbie Hancock and how he produced that shit. And we know from when we were getting there, you know what I mean? We didn't have the technology, so they had to go in there and get that shit done. Like,
that's true.
One take.
On one take.
So the like, think about like Marvin Gaye songs, like he's singing that shit from front to back, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no take. How does that sound? No, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like,
they got one reel of tape, and that's it.
That's it. Imagine, like, when we was fucking with it, was like, you record over something, and if you fucked up, you had to go back and race with you record over that again. And you can't do that hella times because now you fucking quality.
Yeah, right. Because it was analog.
That was the difference. Have your shit ready when you come to the studio.
Have it ready. We was real big on that. That's one thing I can say is back in the day, even though we were younger and we weren't considered professional because none of us had professional recordings out, we took it that way. We treated it that way.
Right.
So everybody had their raps ready. The beat was ready.
You gotta have it.
It was already, we knew what the chorus was gonna be.
Right.
We took it serious. So it's something to say about somebody who takes stuff that serious. Like Freeman took what he was trying to do serious.
Hell yeah.
And that leads to the CIA. Now he makes it through, and he's the final one. He wins the contest of being a CIA agent, I guess. They put this fool in the mailroom. He in the mailroom making copies. They only brought him out to walk people around the facility so they can see it's a black person in the building. Ain't that about a bitch?
But that was the whole purpose. That was, like, again, that goes back to that word being effective.
Yeah.
We don't need a bunch of them running around.
Yeah.
We just need one.
Because to show face.
Yeah, perception is everything.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, they come through the door and a black dude answered the door and, oh, okay, yeah, well, they're integrated for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just a fact. You know what I mean?
But that was crazy, though, like, because you seen him win and get through it, and then the very next scene, he making copies in the damn copy room. He made this man learn explosives, gunplay, diving, all these fucking special activities to learn how to kill shit, and you put him in the damn copy room.
And so that's what I'm saying. And so it's just like, imagine the level of humbleness he had to have.
Yeah.
To walk that whole play thing.
Yeah.
Like, he stayed with it. Like, I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck who passed this class. I'm going to pass. Right. I don't give a fuck where y'all put me. I'm going to work. Because you remember the lady was like, everybody's talking about how great of a job that you do.
Yeah, the white lady that walked him down. Yeah.
Giving him the gems.
Yeah.
She's taking him behind the camera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's being effective.
But in his mind, because he says it somewhere in the movie, in his mind, he always still seen himself as the nigga in the CIA. He never saw himself as a part of them.
That's called keeping it real with yourself. You know what I mean?